Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Triple Double Nation. Today we're looking at how the Brooklyn Nets can trade their way to a championship in 2022. Let's get right into the video. The Brooklyn Nets were widely regarded as favorites to bag the Larry O'Brien Trophy this season because of the star-studded squad they had assembled. The acquisition of James Harden in February to form a super team comprising Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant was a clear indication that the Nets looked to go all out in their pursuit of the championship. Multiple veteran stars like Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge also joined the Brooklyn Nets, making them the odds-maker, overwhelming favorites to win the 2021 championship. Aldridge unexpectedly retired in April due to health concerns, but the Nets still looked on course to go all the way this year. They have finished the regular season as the second seed in the Eastern Conference with a 48-24 record. That was despite the Nets playing their big three together only 8 times together during the course of the regular season due to injuries. The Brooklyn Nets started the postseason with a scintillating first-round series win over the Boston Celtics, beating them 4-1 to advance to the next round. The Nets boasted a healthy roster and had all their key rotation players available. Their NBA playoffs campaign got derailed in the next round though, as James Harden and Kyrie Irving suffered injuries. As a result, the Brooklyn Nets lost 3-4 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Many believe that had the injury bug not hit them, the Nets had a great chance of making the NBA Finals. But that did not happen, and despite their best efforts, Steve Nash's men saw their campaign come to an end earlier than they would have expected it to. Nonetheless, they have a full offseason to prepare for the next season as they eye another run at the title. For that to happen though, the Brooklyn Nets will have to be a busy team this offseason and make key acquisitions that would help them win the championship. Quite a few of their role players are going to enter free agency this year, so they have huge decisions to make in that regard. On that note, let's take a look at the best players the Brooklyn Nets should look to pursue in the 2021 NBA free agency. Number 6, PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker is one of the players that are willing to pursue, according to Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report. Brooklyn tried to acquire Tucker in the blockbuster trade for James Harden. Of course, the Nets failed to do so, and Milwaukee capitalized on it in March. The Bucks traded DJ Augustin, DJ Wilson, and a first-round pick in 2023 in the trade. The 36-year-old veteran has been a vital piece for the Bucks on their road to the finals. His scrappy defense on Kevin Durant and his willingness to do whatever it takes to get a stop is one of the reasons he is respected around the league by his peers. Devin Booker, Tucker's former teammate in Phoenix, raved about how the former Longhorn inspired him during his time on the Suns. Just seeing how he prides himself on the defensive end made Booker want to become a better defender. For that reason, it will be difficult for the Nets to pursue Tucker. In essence, they will have to steal him away from the Bucks when he becomes a free agent. Milwaukee has control over his bird rights, so they will be able to go over the cap to re-sign him. That means offering him over $12 million will be necessary to convince Tucker to stay. Nets general manager Sean Marks is most likely not offering that much money to acquire the veteran. However, if the Bucks don't do this, the Nets' chances of acquiring Tucker will very much become reality. Number 5, Goran Dragic. The Miami Heat have a $19.5 million team option on Goran Dragic this summer. If the Heat decline that option, he will become an unrestricted free agent in the offseason. Various reports suggest that they could also extend the option to use Dragic as a trade block. His salary will be perfect for them to acquire guards they have been pursuing this summer. One such prospect they are looking at is the Brooklyn Nets' Spencer Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie declined his player option and is now an unrestricted free agent. The Nets are looking to use him in a sign-and-trade deal, which would help them replace Dinwiddie with a quality role player or two. It will be an intriguing proposition to the Miami Heat and the Brooklyn Nets if they agree on a sign-and-trade for the two players. Dinwiddie is expected to be offered contracts around $15 to $20 million, while Dragic has $19.5 million player option. The two player salaries being similar, both teams won't have to worry about taking cap hits if they work a deal out. Dragic will be a quality addition to the Nets roster because of his scoring prowess off the bench. The former 6th Man of the Year winner averaged 13.4 points and 4.4 assists per game last season. The Brooklyn Nets desperately needed more production from their bench unit at the 2021 NBA playoffs, but their role players failed to deliver. Dragic's experience could come in handy in this regard. He could be an excellent cover in case either Irving or Harden endure injuries and miss key games. Number 4, Bruce Brown. The Brooklyn Nets' own free agent Bruce Brown is next on the list. Brown had a decent season for his team last season and was tremendous in providing cover either on the backcourt or the front court. The Nets need to keep hold of players who are defensively sound, and Brown is definitely one player they should consider re-signing. The 24-year-old swingman averaged 8.8 points and 5.4 rebounds per game off the bench, shooting 55.6% from the floor last season. He's had multiple 20-point games in the regular season, proving that he has a lot of potential. Brown himself was motivated to continue with the Brooklyn Nets. When asked about his free agency post this team's elimination from the playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks, he had said, "I hope I'm here. I know my contract is up, but I hope I'm staying in Brooklyn. I love playing with these guys. They made me better this year." Brown is a restricted free agent, and the Brooklyn Nets could make him a $4.7 million qualifying offer. They also have his bird rights and can match offer sheets from other teams and re-sign him even if they go over the salary cap. According to rumors, executives believe he will likely be offered around $4 to $7 million by his potential suitors, which the Nets should have a problem not to match. Number 3, JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee is an under-the-radar option for the Brooklyn Nets in free agency. The center has played for multiple championship-winning teams in the past, including the LA Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, where he teamed up with the Brooklyn Nets talisman Kevin Durant. McGee would be a solid option to play at the 5 for the Nets. Thanks to his tremendous quality inside the paint at both ends of the floor, he proved with the LA Lakers that he still has a lot left in the tank and can help championship-caliber teams massively. McGee did not have an ideal 2020 and 2021 NBA season though. He started the campaign with the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he came off the bench for Andre Drummond and Jarrett Allen later on. He was then traded to the Denver Nuggets, where his playing time was even less, as the team had Nikola Jokic, the 2021 NBA MVP, playing as the center. Nonetheless, McGee is said to be a part of the Team USA's men's Olympic team, which the Nets should be keeping an eye on. He could improve the Nets' rebounding and provide some much-needed rim protection too. Number 2, Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin rejuvenated himself while turning out for the Brooklyn Nets this season. The former LA Clippers star started the season with the Detroit Pistons but was bought out by the Nets. Griffin, though, was seen as a luxurious addition to the squad, but he eventually turned out to be a starter for the team and a key player after LaMarcus Aldridge decided to retire mid-season. Blake Griffin averaged 10 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.4 assists in 21.5 minutes per game and came up big at the defensive end, especially during the playoffs. Injury concerns surrounding him were put to bed as he made dive-first kind of plays, something the Brooklyn Nets will need to build a solid defensive unit. Griffin joined the Nets in the hope of winning his first NBA title. After his failure to do so this year, it could motivate him to re-sign with the Nets next offseason, despite the team only being eligible to offer him a minimum contract. Number 1, Nerlens Noel. The Brooklyn Nets are actively looking to add a center to their roster this summer who can help them improve their interior defense. As per recent NBA rumors, Nerlens Noel has emerged as a player they are interested in. Noel was terrific for the Nets' crosstown rivals New York Knicks last season. He averaged 5.1 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks per game. Noel isn't a player who can deliver at the offensive end with huge numbers, but he can provide the defensive depth the Nets are looking for, thanks to his rim protection ability. The Nets can only offer him a full $5.9 million taxpayer mid-level exception though, which is lower than his current market value. The Knicks, meanwhile, have more cap space available and could look to re-sign the player on a bigger contract. However, the Brooklyn Nets are better suited to win a championship than the Knicks, which could influence Noel to join forces with the Nets instead of the Knicks. Alright guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like rating down below and comment if the Nets are winning it all next season. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a video. See you guys next time. Have a great day.